Hey fellow travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in Charleston, South Carolina, and today I'm going to review the hotel we've been staying at, the Embassy Suites Charleston Historic District. And the thing is, there's a number of Embassy Suites around Charleston. This is the one in the Historic District. This is the one that has the best location for travelers coming to Charleston. If you're looking for like Hilton properties or Embassy Suites, this is the one you want as a tourist. And if I give you a quick rundown of my overall review you're going to get, here's three main things I want you to take out of this. One, this place is a very good location. Two, it has a very good breakfast. And three, it definitely needs to be renovated. Like, big time needs to be renovated, okay? And so I want you to have that in your mind when I go through these things, because you're kind of at the north end of the historic district when you come in. It's about a 20-minute Uber ride or taxi ride from the airport to get here. Not very expensive either to go in and out, so it's a easy enough location. When there are flooded streets and there's traffic, it's going to be a little bit longer, but if you come on the weekends, the traffic's not so bad. 20-25 minutes, you're going to be in from the airport, no problem. Now, when you come here, you have a variety of rooms, and I do recommend that you actually read through all the room descriptions, because I got a double room suite, right, or a double suite, which has two double beds and a little like area where you come in. It's nice. It has a little table there for us to sit at, TV, couch, chair. There's a little kitchenette that has like the refrigerator and the coffee machine, the microwave, sink, normal bathroom with a shower and everything, and the two double beds. And what I realized when I was in is there's actually no window in our room. Like, you notice we're here in this courtyard. All the rooms come on this courtyard, so there's no windows on the outside looking at the courtyard. However, not all the rooms have windows looking out, because this is the former armory of South Carolina. So it's a former fortress that has turned into a hotel. So with that, I think that kind of explains why I have no windows there. So that's why I got to read. It says no windows for the room. You really have no windows, which made it very easy to sleep at night because it was pitch black, but it made it a little difficult if you wanted to find your way out. So just know that you might have a little time loop when you're in there, not sure what time it is. Now, we're staying for 3 nights, and the cost is around $325 a night. I mean, it is not cheap to stay in Charleston. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I was looking for deals and stuff, and this was more of a last-minute trip, so it was not a cheap place to stay. And for much I'm paying, I'm not really getting a big bang for my buck. However, that is not uncommon for staying in Charleston. However, what this place lacks in charm in the rooms, it actually has a pretty cool courtyard here. When you see it from the outside, you're right on Marion Square. So King Street is actually right out the back side. That's where all the shopping street is, where you want to go when you're here in Charleston. The farmer's market on Saturday is literally right next to the hotel, so that's cool. But honestly, going in the rooms, I just got to be honest. It looked like going back into the 70s. My friend said it's more the 90s because they had flat screen TVs, so I'll give Matt that. But the carpets looked kind of older. The beds were worn. The bed I was in, the double I had, it was so squishy, soft. Not like it was supposed to be that soft, but it had just been used so much it was really too soft. Like, I felt like I could feel the springs in the bed. My friend Matt actually took the covers off of his bed, pulled out the pull-out sofa and the couch, and slept there. And he said that was more comfortable than the actual bed. I know for Jocelyn, she always wants me to talk about cleanliness in the hotels. Now, the hotel is clean, but the thing is, since everything feels so old and so in need of a refresh, everything feels like it's kind of dirty. So there is that. And I know in our room, there was like huge yellow stain on the wall by the toilet, and the wallpaper was peeling off the wall in the bathroom as well. And you could see water damage on the door and stuff. And it was really not really super enjoyable for that, but I keep going back to great location, cool thing here. And they do have some amenities here. One thing I got to say is their free breakfast in the morning. It's from 7 to 10. Really good breakfast. They'll do the made to order omelette stuff, but they got biscuits and gravy and pancakes, and they weren't like rock solid pancakes either. It was like actual pancakes that they actually haven't been sitting there for 10 hours. So that was nice. So I got to give them props for the breakfast. In the evening from 5:30 to 7 or 7:30, they have drinks and a light snack, as they'll call it. You get drink tickets, you get 2 or 3 drinks. I can't remember which was. My friend gave me his tickets, so we had drinks with some of the people here. And what's cool is you really get to know the other tourists here, because here in Charleston, people are very outgoing, so you kind of get used to talking to people while you're drinking. Basic stuff, they had some hard liquor there and some beer, wine. The light snacks, it's just bags of chips. So don't think that's going to be something we can substitute dinner with when you are here. Now, if you're looking for dinner, there's tons of restaurants right nearby, so you're not really at a loss for food. Whether you want to get the kids' pizza right across the street or donuts in the morning if you don't want to take it to the breakfast, The breakfast was free, by the way, so I don't see why you wouldn't. But there's a donut place over there. But you have all the great restaurants here in Charleston, right nearby. Another thing I got to say is, when you have these kind of cavernous hotels with these big open spaces, it is very noisy. So my friend who was sleeping on the couch in the suite, like the living room part, he said he could hear stuff all night long. So that was a bit annoying for him. Back in my cave with no windows, I was fine. So through the side walls, I didn't hear anything, but it was rather loud, especially if you have people down here. Like, I'm trying to talk softly now, being when it's middle of the day, so it's not a big deal, but it can be a bit noisy. I think that's why they have the fountain running all the time, to kind of drown out some of the noise. So that's another thing. Now, some of the basics you might want to know for parking: you can self-park. It was like $25 a day or something like that, or you could do valet parking, which is $35 a day. That is an option for you. They do have a pool. The pool is a nice small pool you can go into and play in. You're not going to be swimming laps in it, okay? But you can have some fun. The kids can have a nice time there. I've seen a sign that said there was a fitness room, but I have not found it. So if that tells you anything, they have a kiosk here, like the little shop. And one of the things I thought was nice is they do know Charleston, because they actually sell ponchos in the shop. So you can get some beer, you get some wine, you get some, snacks for the kids, and a poncho when the rain randomly appears here in Charleston, which it does. And every time we talked to the staff were super friendly. Whether it was the people at breakfast, whether the people at check-in, whether we got our tickets for the drinks, whether it was the guys at the bar, everyone was very friendly. So I can't fault anyone here for service, because the service was very nice. It's just that this hotel really does need to be refreshed. And I'm not just talking paint. Like, they need to redo this one, because it is a nice location and it is a historic building. So they've done a nice job here to take a historic armory and turn it into something we can use today. So I commend them for that. But you still need to update from the early 90s look of the rooms. So if I was coming back to Charleston, would I stay here again? If I had to, and it was the only option, I wouldn't have a problem staying here again. But I know next time I come to Charleston, I'm going to be looking for a different hotel. Not because of the service, not because of the breakfast, but just because the peeling wallpaper and the really uncomfortable beds. That's what's really going to drive me from coming back to here. So, another honest review for a hotel we've stayed at. If you have advice for this hotel, please let us know. But if you have other things you'd like to know about this hotel, put in the comments below. We'll try to answer your questions. But also, since I'm new at making these hotel reviews, please let me know what you like to know about hotels when you come and stay, so hey, do they have what I need to have? Anyway, I wish y'all the best. I'll say bye from here in Charleston, South Carolina, at the Embassy Suites Charleston Historic District. Hotel, suite, whatever. Bye.